What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel and another video. This one is the start of a new series. I'm excited. It is going to be a franchise rebuild for one of the 30 major league teams. It's not going to be the Baltimore Orioles. On one of my videos about a week ago maybe, I posed a question for you guys to comment below which team you want to see in a rebuild, and the team I saw by far the most comments for was the Toronto Blue Jays. So we are going to start off our franchise with the Blue Jays. We'll see how long it goes, if we want to start another one later on down the year if we conclude this franchise. Hopefully the ultimate goal here is to win a World Series. I'm hoping that doesn't take longer than 2 or 3 seasons, but we'll have to see. So we're going to go ahead and select the Toronto Blue Jays of Toronto, which means our home stadium is going to be the Rogers Center. We don't want legend free agents. Computer roster control. The computer can trade. We do want budgets to be on. We don't want forced trades on. Designated hitter on auto, obviously, and that's going to be pretty good. I would like to have as much control as possible with this team. We also, guys, we're doing this with the full minors rosters released by Operation Sports. If you guys don't know how to do that, there's videos on YouTube on how to do that. I might release a video later on how to do that. But for right now, just know we're doing that. We're going to start actually in spring training, and that's because I want to make moves with the team before opening day. We're not going to play any actual spring training games. But before we do any moves, I'm going to go over the roster. We're just going to run down the roster, look at the guys, who we want to move, who we want to keep, and all that good stuff. So let's do that. Alright, so let's go over the roster here quickly. This is going to be almost a full breakdown of the Toronto Blue Jays roster. The ace for the Toronto Blue Jays, we're starting with starting pitching here clearly. Marcus Stroman is the ace. Aaron Sanchez, the 2 guy. Matt Shoemaker, 32 years old. 78 overall, is the 3 guy. Clay Buchholz just can't be on this team for me, man. 34 years old, certainly regressing. It's somebody who's going to be moved. He's not on the Major League roster for us right now, which is good. Ryan Baruki, I know very little about him. He's fine. He's a B potential, 25 years old, 72 overall. I think he's going to be in the major leagues sooner rather than later. Trent Thornton, I guess, is on the team. Clayton Richard, another guy I'm glad is in AAA. We'll look to move him. We'll see what kind of return we can get. And then the last guy here is San Gaviglio, I'm going to go with. He's okay, I guess. He's not great. We need to improve starting pitching, but we need to improve almost everywhere on this team. Nate Pearson is an A potential, 22-year-old, 64 overall starting pitcher. It's looking okay from that perspective, and then from there it's just a bunch of B's and C's overall. Adam Kloffenstein, I suppose, an 18-year-old with B potential, is someone we want to look to maybe develop. But the rest of these guys seem questionable at best. Eric Pardino, an A potential player, also down in the minors. I don't know if he'll actually make the Major League roster by the time we finish this, but we'll have to see. For relievers, our best reliever, Ryan Tepera, is actually in AAA. He's a 77 overall. Then we have Tim Meza, Derek Law, also in AAA, David Phelps in Single A, Daniel Hudson. The bullpen is bad. We have Thomas Pannone. John Axford is in AAA. Another guy that's just old and we want to move. Joe Biagini, I suppose, is here, as I'm struggling with names. Javi Guerra. Cody Coping, and that's pretty much it. The bullpen needs to be improved. This is a place here clearly, as Justin Schaefer is an A potential, but he's already 26 and only a 50 overall. The bullpen's really bad. I mean, just so bad. Elvis Luciano is in the majors. He's 19 and a 58 overall. It's not looking good for the pen. The closing pitcher, though, Ken Giles, is really good. I don't know if he's going to be on the team, though, because we don't have a great team, so there's not a need for a great closer. So certainly we're going to look to move him probably, get some return back, get some bullpen depth, get some starting pitching that's MLB ready and not whatever it is right now. For the catchers, it's not good now, but it'll develop. Danny Jansen is going to be our everyday guy. He is 23 years old. He's a nice 69 overall, A potential. He seems like he's going to develop nicely. Obviously, he's going to be our starting catcher of the future. We have Luke Maile to back him up. Reese McGuire is a top prospect, I believe is what that little red icon next to his name stands for. He's a B potential, and he might develop too. We might look to move him as he doesn't have a secondary, and neither does Danny Jansen. We don't really have room for both of them, so Reese McGuire may be someone that's moved, so again we can get pitching back. Justin Smoke is our first baseman right now, which is fine. Rowdy Tellez will back him up. Casey Clemens in the minor leagues, someone who I don't know that he'll ever make the majors in this. Rowdy Tellez I'd love to develop. We definitely need to be better at first base, though. The whole Blue Jays team needs to be better at every position, essentially. But we might have to get a little worse before we get better, so we'll see what we want to do. Lourdes Gurriel is our second baseman, 25 years old. He's young. He'll develop. Devin Travis is behind him in single A for some reason. We're going to move him up, just not right now. I guess he was injured to start the year, which is why that happens. But he is also young. He is a second baseman, just 28 years old. The player we want up is Cavan Biggio, or Cavan Biggio, I believe, is someone in the live stream chat corrected me a few weeks ago. But Biggio is someone I'm excited for. He's a utility guy. I think he'll be super helpful, and I think he'll eventually be at least a role player in this franchise, but we're going to give him a little bit of time to develop in the minor leagues. Eric Sogard, obviously in Double-A. Nothing much to say there. I know he's in the majors in real life, but 32 years old, 61 overall, just not what we're looking for. And for some reason, Richard Urania is in the major leagues, and he looks terrible. 59 overall, it's not good. Vlad Jr. is our third baseman, and he's our third baseman right now. We're moving him. Actually, we're going to do it right now. We're going to add him to the 40-man roster. We're then going to move him to the MLB. So he is the starting third baseman of right now. We need to develop him. He needs to be the star of this team. Brandon Drury is fine, but we want Vlad. He's mad, so he's dropped his overall. But we want Vlad on the field as much as possible to develop him as a third baseman. We need to get his fielding better, clearly, but Vlad needs to be a part of this team immediately. Shortstop Freddie Galvis is 29. He's 75 overall. This is as good as Freddie Galvis is ever going to be. I think we're going to look to move him. I just don't see any long-term fix for him, and he's on the last year of his contract too. I just don't see any way that we retain him. Alan Hansen, another guy, we have him through arbitration. I think we try to move him. Bo Bichette is in the minors. I don't know that he's ready. Maybe we try to trade for a shortstop. In the outfield, though, we have Teoscar Hernandez. 26 overall, A potential. Looks like he's going to be a beast. Has some power, has some speed, can't field for crap. But in the majors today, that's almost exactly what you want if you watch outfielders today, or at least if you watch DHs. Jonathan Davis is a top prospect for us in left field. He's 26 though, and he's a B potential. I don't see any way that we keep Jonathan Davis here. I think he's a player that gets moved, certainly. Billy McKinney, also in the major leagues. Not really sure why. He's young, he's got a B potential. Feels like there's better players to be in the major leagues, but those are our left fielders. Center field, Socrates Burrito. We have him. He's a center fielder. He's 26, B potential, a lot of speed, not a great hitter though. Also, not a great fielder. 64 fielding is bad. Just not something we want to be running out in center field every day. So maybe we try to get a center fielder too, as there's really nothing in the minors that looks like it's close to MLB ready. Joshua Palacios, almost certainly not going to be moved up anytime soon, as he's a 60 overall. Same with Anthony Alford and Ramon Fields, I believe is how you pronounce that name. It's just the center field depth on this team is just not great. Right field, Randall Grichuk, 78 overall. I believe that makes up one of our better position players as the roster stands right now. Behind him is a load of nothing. We have Jordan Patterson, Dalton Pompey, which he's been in the majors before, I know. It's not great. I just don't want him in the majors right now. And then obviously Griffin Conine rounds out the right fielders. Overall, guys, this team it's rebuilding clearly. Ken Giles, the best player on the team as an 87 overall. He's our closing pitcher. Marcus Stroman is fine. He's just not an ace. So we're going to make some moves here before opening day. We're going to try to make him a little better. We're going to try to boost Vlad's morale because he's down from a 77 to a 73. We don't want that. We want him to play every day probably. So I will be back when we sim to opening day, and I'll show you guys any moves we make along the way to make the team a little bit better. Alright, trade number one. We're getting better at second base. We're getting better at first base, or at least we're getting younger for not Justin Smoke. We are trading, hopefully, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Jonathan Davis to the Mets for Jeff McNeil and Pete Alonso. I'm not sure why the computer accepts this. I guess because the Mets have Dominic Smith behind Pete Alonso, but we're gonna try it. It should work. They should get more value. Okay, we're gonna throw in Forrest Wall, I guess. Yeah. Alright, the trade, Lourdes Gurriel, Jonathan Davis, and Forrest Wall for Jeff McNeil and Pete Alonso. Jeff McNeil probably won't he might play second. We'll see how the roster looks after these. But we're going to hit it. They're going to accept. And we have Pete Alonso and Jeff McNeil now on the roster. Alright, next trade, Justin Smoke and Devin Travis, because we just traded for Jeff McNeil to play second. We don't need Devin Travis anymore. We're trading them to the Kansas City Royals for Jake Diekman, Tim Hill, and then center fielder slash utility guy Chris Owings here. He's better than our current center field situation, and he's only on contract for 1 year. $3 million is super good value for being better than Socrates Burrito. So we're going to go ahead and do this to get more bullpen arms to unload Justin Smoke's contract. We actually, we're cheaper on contracts now. We have some more wiggle room in future trades. Alright, this is hopefully the last trade before the opening day. We're trading Brandon Drury and Alan Hansen for Rays starting pitcher Tyler Glasnow. We're going to try it. It's not enough, so we're going to throw in something else here at the back end. But who's bad? Clay Buchholz is bad. And it's a success. We now have Tyler Glasnow on the team. Alright, so here's what the lineups now look like. Righties versus DH. It's going to be McNeil, Freddie Galvis, Vlad Jr., Pete Alonso, Rowdy Tellez, the DH, Randall Grichuk, Teoscar Hernandez, Socrates Brito will bat 8th and play center field versus righties, and then Danny Jansen, the catcher, obviously. Everyday catcher. We're just going to go over the DH ones because these happen more often. Jeff McNeil, Pete Alonso versus lefties, of course. Vlad Jr., Chris Owings, Randall Grichuk, Freddie Galvis, Rowdy Tellez, Teoscar Hernandez, and Danny Jansen. The pitching rotation and bullpen is looking okay. Not amazing, but it's better than it was, certainly. I think the team right now is better than it was at the beginning of the video. So we have Stroman, Shoemaker, Aaron Sanchez, Trent Thornton, and then Tyler Glasnow, of course, from the Rays we just acquired. The bullpen, Thomas Pannone, also a spot starter. Then we have Sam Gaviglio, Joe Biagini, Tim Hill, Ryan Tepera, Tim Meza, Jake Diekman, and Ken Giles. It seems like 8-man bullpen might be the way to go. We're going to try it. We might switch to a 7-man in a little bit and bring up somebody like a Cavan Biggio who's here in AAA, but we'll have to see. Alright, it is time, I believe, for opening day. We have Stroman versus Matthew Boyd. Jeff McNeil looks sick in a Blue Jays uniform, in my opinion, at least for the purposes of this franchise. Please don't hate me, Mets fans. I'm actually trying to get Mets players in the build here, okay? So, like, this is for you. Marcus Stroman is the starter, I guess, because he's our best pitcher. 78 overall is real bad, but we're facing 73 overall Matthew Boyd, who looks even worse. The lineup for today, we're going to go McNeil, Pete Alonso, Guerrero Jr., Chris Owings, Grichuk, Galvis, Rowdy Tellez, Teoscar Hernandez, and then Danny Jansen behind the plate, who's real bad right now, but we're trying to develop him. So this team is not a winning team right now, but we'll get better.
Getting close to first pitch here. Let's listen in to public address announcer Alex Miniak.
And now, your 2019 Toronto Blue Jays.
There they are, the Toronto Blue Jays of our franchise are taking the field. Here's the pitching matchup. This is the last season comparison. Matthew Boyd, a 4.39 ERA. He had a good K per 9 rate, much better than Stroman. Stroman last year was just terrible. Ron Gardenhire looks weird as he just walked straight through Miguel Cabrera there. Their lineup here is Josh Harrison, Jordy Mercer, Miggy Castellanos, John Hicks, the DH, Kristen Stewart, Nico Goodrum, Jason Greener, and Jacoby Jones. Batting ninth, we have the train wreck that was Marcus Stroman last year. A 148 whip is terrible in 100 innings, 4-9, nearly over a 5.5 ERA actually. Only 77 strikeouts. Stroman needs to be better, or we're going to trade him. Quickly here, gameplay options. We're hitting on Hall of Fame. We're pitching on Hall of Fame. We can bump that to Legend later if I'm dominating, which I truly doubt. And we might even bump it to All-Star. Actually, yeah, we're going to hit on All-Star. We're going to pitch on Hall of Fame, though, so hopefully that'll be better. Josh Harrison pops up on the first pitch. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in front of the sold-out Rogers Center makes the play here on opening day in what is his major league debut, I believe. I don't believe he made it up last year, so it's his first pitch in the majors. He makes an out. You can't ask for a better start to a career than that. Stroman gets Mercer to strike out swinging. A good first 2 outs here in opening day. Or on opening day. We're not, like, physically inside opening day, I guess. But I guess that makes more sense than And so it's on opening day. Yeah. Miggy drives it into the gap, into left field. I'm not sure who's out there, but he's not going to make the play. Miggy has 3 speed. I believe Teoscar Hernandez has a noodle for an arm. So Miggy's into second with a double and his first hit of the year. Oh, a very favorable call there. Just such a favorable call. And we strike out Castellanos looking. Let's go hit with some of our new toys here. I would not get used to looking at that coach, just by the way. Alright, here is brand new toy, Jeff McNeil. We want a lot of batting average out of him. That's the reason we brought him here. He's like a 329 hitter last year. In real life this year for the Mets, he's hitting about the same. He's hitting for more power this year, and he's just adopted a puppy. So congratulations to him and his family. That is just amazing news. Way to go, Team Puppy, I guess. But Jeff McNeil here, down 0-2 here to Matthew Boyd. We need to get a hit, or at least on base. We need to start the season off well, and that would involve getting on base. Normally that's the case. Jeff McNeil up the middle, batting 1,000, the GOAT. Jeff McNeil. Just the best. That's why we traded for him. Dinky little hits up the middle. He does the weird samurai yoga point thing to the dugout. I don't truly understand that, but Jeff McNeil, just the absolute GOAT. And that'll actually bring up former teammate and current teammate, so I guess not really former, but kind of former. Teammates on the Mets, now on the Blue Jays, it's rookie Pete Alonso, and we want big things from Big Meat Pete here. The first baseman, hopefully, of the future for the Blue Jays, at least in this franchise. Pete Alonso rips it into left field. That is down. It'll roll to the wall. The 2 new trade pieces are working out very nicely for us, and we have runners on second and third here early for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. It's Pete Alonso's first career major league hit. It comes on opening day, and it puts us in a position here to have Vlad get his first career RBIs in the major leagues, as well as his first career hit here, hopefully. Vlad's arms are so big it's glitching over his elbow pad, but no matter, because Vlad is about to hit this ball very hard, hopefully. As he does, it is ripped into the gap. It is caught, unfortunately. Pete Alonso will move to third. Jeff McNeil, the GOAT, will score, and it's 1-0 Toronto in the first inning. A first career RBI here for Vlad Jr., one of hopefully many. Chris Owings into right. The new toys are working out so nicely here for the Jays here. It's 2-0. He's stirring the pot over at first base. You gotta love it. From trade piece that we just got to be better in center field than Socrates Brito. Or Brito. I don't know how to say that. It doesn't really matter. He's not going to be on the team for much longer, I don't think. But Grichuk is going to ground into a double play, or is he? The Tigers just stink horribly. I don't know what happened. I don't even know who's playing third. Who's playing third? Nico Goodrum just decided he didn't want to turn 2, I guess. Not a particularly difficult play, but one they didn't make. So we're going to keep rolling. Freddie Galvis is going to have that one drop. Everybody advances one more base. The Tigers already are in trouble. Rowdy Tellez gets a base hit. We're going to wave the guy running around to home. He is safe. Randall Grichuk, blind as a bat in ranked seasons, but certainly safe here in franchise seasons, as Jacoby Jones' arm just is not good enough to gun the reasonably fast Randall Grichuk, but he put everything in his might into that throw. Just wasn't enough. Teoscar Hernandez will give Nico Goodrum another opportunity. He's safe at first, so we get an RBI there on the fielder's choice. It's 5-0 here. We might need to bump the difficulty up. He's up to 30 pitches this inning. That's pretty much the cap you would see in real life. 30 pitches in an inning is a lot, but it is a video game. Danny Jansen gets a base hit. Teoscar Hernandez just forgets how to round a bag, runs through it, then makes a sharp 90-degree turn, stopping his momentum completely. But the Blue Jays here on opening day in the first inning have batted around against Matthew Boyd. Ron Gardenhire looks just disgusted, absolutely fuming from the teeth. As we get a new pitcher here in the first inning. I guess 30 pitches is also the cap in the game, as it turns out. Victor Alcantara will come in the game. He was fine last year. 2.40 ERA, 1-0. Certainly earlier than you would probably want to bring him in, but that is how the cookie has crumbled. Jeff McNeil will fly out to finally end the first inning. Don't worry, guys. There's only 8 more innings left. Jeff McNeil an opportunity at second. He makes it, throwing it to Pete Alonso. Things that Toronto fans are going to want to get used to, hopefully, here as the team continues to grow. That ball is hammered into right center field. Nico Goodrum is going to have extra bases. He's actually trying to go to third. Galvis will throw it. It is a triple for Nico Goodrum here with 2 outs in the second inning. Stroman gets him to strike out, though. We're going to go hit. I don't know how that's a ball. It was all the way inside the strike zone. So that's fun. Thank you, game, for gifting me a call. Which brings up Vlad Jr. We're still looking for his first career hit. We have his first career RBI. We'd love to get his first career hit sometime in this game. Owings is showing up to play today. He flew to Toronto ready for some action, and he has been solid today. 2 for 2 already in the game. Jeff McNeil again, showing off the Gold Glove capabilities. Freddie Galvis hits it into right. That ball is back and it is gone. The first home run of Blue Jays franchise belongs to Freddie Galvis, believe it or not. Rowdy Tellez unloads on one end of the gap. Hopefully that's going to be a double. Jacoby Jones, not known for his great arm, but Tellez only has 17 speed. He is into second with a double, and the Blue Jays continue going off. I'm not sure that that looks a ton like Rowdy Tellez, but it's fine for this, I guess. And Jansen is going to get an RBI. I don't think it's going to land. It won't, but it's going to make it 7-0, and it continues the biggest Tiger slaughtering since when Tiger Woods' wife beat him up with a 7-iron, effectively ending his golf career for a decade or so. It's just not a good look here for Detroit. Jeff McNeil into the gap, and that is going to be a double. Jeff McNeil, 2 for 3, just amazing. Miguel Cabrera continues destroying Marcus Stroman, and by destroying I mean hitting the ball in fair territory in places that it lands. Randall Grichuk a base hit. Before today I had never heard of Grayson Grenier. So if you're a Tigers fan, I apologize, but that is just not a person I'd heard of before today, obviously. Buddy strikes out. Down the line, Vlad almost makes an amazing play. Not sure who's in left, but with that, the defense in left needs to be improved. I believe it's Teoscar, and that's just not cutting it for me. That angers me. It's only been hit to left field a couple of times, but it's angered me greatly both times. Jeff McNeil in the left, it's off his glove. It's gonna fall, and that's his third hit of the day. Jeff McNeil, the GOAT, man. Just the best hitter on the team. Barehanded by Nico Goodrum, who just sucks, I guess. We're gonna go to third. Jacoby Jones will throw it to the plate. It's 8-0 Blue Jays. Nico Goodrum is just a disaster, I guess. That's like his second blown double play that's gone horribly. So, Vlad Jr. to Nico Goodrum. Is this gonna be his first career hit? It actually is. Vlad Jr., his first career hit in the major leagues is that. And if that doesn't describe baseball for you, I don't know what does. The umpire behind the plate today has been just terrible for the other team. Dude, Stroman has been a man possessed this game. There we go. What is that, 9-ish? 9 Ks for Stroman, shutout through 6. We will take it. That is gonna fall for Galvis. Rowdy Tellez, a base hit. Ground ball, a base hit. I think we're gonna warm up Sam Gaviglio just because I want to see what he is really while we're here with a 10-run lead. Jeffrey McNeil might be a god. He might be. This is going to be his second double of the game, like his 4th hit or something stupid. It's amazing. That ball's the other way. It's going to fall. Pete Alonso's going to try to go to second on the throw home. McNeil scores. Alonso with a double. Big meat Pete. Vlad in the left? And it's gone. We get Vlad Jr., his first hit, and possibly more significantly, his first major league home run. And they bring in Daniel Norris. Oh, Randall Grichuk. Alright, we'll take another run. Why not? Alright, we're subbing in Sam Gaviglio here. Stroman had a good day. It's time to see something else. It's not looking good early. Hey, we got a strikeout. Danny Jansen gets a hit. I don't know if we're going to show every hit, because we've had a lot of hits. McNeil, it's going to drop. Shocking. Jeff McNeil is the greatest hitter ever to live. Well, Vlad hit it pretty hard, and Jacoby Jones just didn't see it, I guess. We're going to try for a triple, because why not at this point? Vlad is going to be out, shockingly, but he gets another double. So, that's fun. Vlad Jr. flashing the leather like a man with a laser pointer at a cowhide convention. Another hit. We're stretching it to 2. At this point, I just want the game to be over. And we're safe, actually. Sick. Galvis is going to have a double. We might get a 20 spot here. We're going to go to third to try to be out. And we are. Okay. If Gaviglio loses an 18-run lead, I'm cutting him immediately at the end of this video. And I know we could trade him for something, but I would be so angry I would just cut him. Wouldn't even be worth it. Pete Alonso with the play. And the last batter hopefully will be Kristen Stewart. It won't be, actually. He's hit it in the left field, which again angers me greatly. He's going to make a throw to second. It's not in time. Brings up the disaster that is Nico Goodrum, which is pretty cool. Chopped. A glove flip to end the game. Alright, so your totals to end the game. Marcus Stroman gets the win. Matthew Boyd gets the loss. Sam Gaviglio gets a save in an 18-run game. Big yikes. Freddie Galvis wins player of the game. Overall, I would say this was a successful opening day, clearly. I think next video, certainly we're going to bump the difficulty because All-Star just wasn't cutting it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe for more Blue Jays franchise, and I will catch you guys in the next one.